Welcome to Confessions Beyond the Food. I'm your host, Nancy Ridland. Let's dig in and get inspired. If part one sounded like a fast rise, this is the part that people don't talk about. Because winning early doesn't simplify your life. It actually can complicate it. Now there's pressure, expectations, and people watching how you move, how you lead, and how you show up. And in this industry, that matters because kitchens can be brutal. Egos are very loud and standards are high. And how you treat people, that gets tested every single day. What stood out to me about Preston isn't just about what he's done. It's about how he's chosen to do it. He doesn't run from criticism. He leans into it. He doesn't cut corners, even when no one would notice. And he holds himself to a standard that honestly can be isolating. Because doing things the right way all the time, that's not always the easiest path. And it's definitely not the most popular one. But for him, it's simple. Faith, family, and giving people a real experience, not just a meal. Not performative, not for show, real. So this part of the conversation is about leadership, identity, and what it actually costs to stay grounded while everything around you is moving fast. So let's talk about that and meet Preston again. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Confessions Beyond the Food. So we have a part two today. If you haven't seen Preston's other podcast, you need to check it out to get the backstory of his story. But we're going to talk a little bit more today about music festivals and looking forward and all the things. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
We're so excited to have you. So let's jump in. So you were an executive chef for an international music festival for several summers, cooking in VIP tents for guests paying upwards of $10,000 per ticket. Is that right?
40,000 actually.
40,000?
It was.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
So how does cooking in that environment differ from a traditional kitchen?
Oh, it's completely different. For one, it's in the middle of a grass field, so they actually have to truck everything out there. So all your ovens, all your stoves, all your refrigeration, they literally wheel it all out into, like, it was 3 hours away from London via train ride. So all in the middle of a grass field. And if you forgot to pack something, it's like, sorry, like, we just can't get you anything. So you had to be smart with your ordering. Like, you had to order very far in advance, make sure you plan everything. But even from the customer aspect, I mean, when you're cooking for guests that pay $40,000 for the experience, that better be the best dang food you are ever putting out in your life. You taste everything, you double check everything. Something doesn't look right, remake it, because these people, they need to have the best experience that they can pay for.
So how many people would you have per group?
I would say per night, we were averaging anywhere between 80 on a slow night and almost 200 on one of our busy nights. But in terms of groups, we'd have anywhere from couples to, I think the biggest group I saw was a group of 16, which in my head, I'm like thinking dollar signs. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like $250,000 worth of tickets just walked in. So there's a lot of pressure with cooking for that. But at the same time, when you're executing to the level that everybody's in their flow state, everybody's doing great, you're confident in the food that you're giving out.
Wow. I'm curious, what was the coolest dish that you made?
There was a lot of cool ones over there. I don't want to give away too many secrets, but the way we were cooking our mushrooms over there, I mean, we had a wood fire grill going and just having the smoke infused to it and all the spices we were using and some of the techniques. I mean, something that I had never seen before, especially that working with different ingredients. Over in the UK, I mean, they're going to use different ingredients than us. There's different names for stuff. Like, there was a culture shock for me. I was like, what's rocket? I've never heard of what rocket is. And so here in America, it's arugula. I was like, I would have never guessed that in a million years. And so not only just a culture shock, but having those cool ways of prepping different dishes, seeing the guest reaction, because it was an open kitchen. So you can see the live reactions of your guests in real time. And it's really nice to be able to see all their smiles while they're eating.
That's fascinating. $40,000 a ticket. Wow.
Makes you nervous.
So you were working alongside chefs all over the world. What's one cultural influence that really stuck with you?
Learning the different ways people operate is really cool. Learning all the different kitchen rules as well. Like in the US, like your cutting boards, for instance, you have your different colors. Like, okay, yellow is raw chicken, red is raw meat, etc. Well, in the UK, it's almost polar opposite, where red is like cooked meats and yellow is for bread. And so having to adapt and know that there's culture differences, like me and the chef from South Africa, we both have the same rules. Versus the UK, they're different. And so we're over here breaking down chickens and stuff. We're next to each other. We're both using the yellow cutting board, and we got yelled at there, hey, you need to use the proper cutting board. And we are. But at the end of the day, we had to actually Google and we're, oh, okay, it is different here. And then learning like everybody's different ways of prepping stuff, like their different techniques and just the small things like culture, like different ways people drink coffee, at what times or how much. Is one of my favorite things to learn. So I really enjoyed being surrounded by a good plethora of different chefs.
So what was the most surreal moment from these festival kitchens?
Being able to see all the music live from your expo pass. Basically, it's the expo pass and it's an open kitchen in a tent, which is really awesome. Open restaurant, everything. And about 100 yards away is the main stage of the festival. And I got to witness Coldplay live, which was one of my favorite bands growing up. And so being able to not only run a busy service, be in your flow state, work alongside awesome chefs, serve a bunch of very awesome customers, and get to witness one of my favorite bands growing up. I mean, that was a surreal experience that not a lot of people are going to enjoy in life.
Yeah, that's amazing. So what did running those kitchens teach you about leadership?
Everybody's different. You're going to come across people that don't operate the same way as you. So from a managing standpoint, you need to understand your staff. Everybody's going to tip differently. Some people, you need to be hard on them. And that's the best. Like myself, I operate best when people are harsh and giving me very, I guess, strict feedback because it's very direct and I know how to improve now. Versus some people, you got to be a little bit more gentle, like kind of tend to them a little bit, and they're still going to succeed. And especially from everybody being from different countries, I mean, understanding through different dialects or different accents. Like there was a chef from Spain. His Spanish and my Spanish are different. So some of our words, we're like, what is that? But at the end of the day, we're all there to have the same goal. But obviously, when you're working an 18, 20-hour shift, emotions are going to be high. So you got to take a deep breath, be like, okay, my anger is not towards you. Let's just reset, continue service kind of thing.
I'm curious, what is your temperament?
Definitely during service, I am very serious when it comes to the actual running of the kitchen. I'm sure every once in a while, like, oh, I'll crack a joke every now and then. But when it's actually like go time, very locked in, very serious about the matter. I try not to take BS from anybody. I'm like, look, we're here to offer these guests a experience they're going to remember. At the end of the day, it's not who can produce the dish the fastest or who can cut the fastest. It's, are you doing your job enough to where you are giving the guests that experience? Because at the end of the day, that's what matters, is giving those guests the hospitality, the escape from the world that they're coming here to experience. That's our goal here. And if you're not being able to do that, I'm going to let you know.
It's so interesting, like the old school chef versus the new school chef. There's a lot of differences.
There is. Yeah. So old school is very French brigade style, like very respect the chain of command, which I agree with. And it's very much whatever the top person says goes. While I do agree with a lot of that, I don't agree with abusing your staff at all. Because at the end of the day, we're in the hospitality industry. You need to treat your staff as if they're also somebody you are being hospitable for. So as a leader and as a chef, you need to cook for your staff. Show them that you appreciate them. You need to have your one-on-one times with them. Be like, hey, I've noticed that some things are kind of popping up in your life. How can I help? Kind of thing. And honestly, from both a staff level and a leadership, it builds that bond with your team. And I know the first time a chef ever talked to me that way, and they're like, hey, are you okay? Let's sit down and talk. I felt like not only I was working for somebody I can trust, but also it made me inspired to work harder so I wouldn't let that guy down. And so when you're working in these industries, at the end of the day, work hard, push, but you also need to treat your staff with respect like their family.
I love that. And I love to see, I mean, you can definitely see the difference in just the up and coming chefs. And I love that. I think there does need to be an order of where to go. You've worked hard to get to the top. And also there does need to be a chain of command. So everybody's not just running around doing whatever they want.
Exactly.
So, but hearing your people and seeing them, not just as a chopping, someone that chops, but really, investing in them. I think that's amazing.
Exactly. And especially with the turnover rate this industry has, I mean, when you find a good person that's going to go into the fires of battle with you, you need to hold on to them. Because at the end of the day, if you treat them like crap or you treat them just like as a replaceable person, they're going to leave. They're going to go off and find somewhere that eventually does treat them like that family and gives them that respect that they need.
That's what I love about this industry is that you can start as a dishwasher, and we have seen people start as dishwashers that are now executive chefs of really cool concepts. And I think that's one of the coolest things about our industry.
Absolutely.
So,
and it's people from all walks of life. Like it's people in culinary school, or it's people trying to start a new beginning from maybe something they did in the past. The kitchen and the hospitality industry is literally open to everybody. Like there's a place for everybody. And when you find a good environment that actually does treat you like that, like it's a nice industry to be in.
Yeah, it's not necessarily, there's definitely levels that you can hit. There's a path, which I'm sure you liked as wanting to be an architect, that I know that there's a path, but also just, you can go way off the path.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's literally a place for everybody. If you want to go for Michelin or you want to go for a super successful, awesome mom and pop restaurant, there's literally an outlet for everybody. And you're never going to run out of ideas because this place is huge and there's ideas everywhere.
Quick pause to thank W3 Sales for sponsoring this episode. If you're looking for inspiration in food service, from the details that shape the space to the products that elevate the experience, W3 Sales' new online catalog is built just for that. Explore and shop anytime at w3salesonline.com.
That's awesome. So I want to talk a little bit about pressure, identity, and growth. So what's a pressure you carried early in your career that people probably didn't realize?
Being thrown into the deep end right away was definitely a shock for me. Having so much pressure of, okay, y'all are about to win a championship. You need to cut everything out of your life. Like no more just fooling around or doing whatever. You need to actually take this seriously because this is a once in a lifetime chance of being the youngest world food champion. And that pressure, even after we won it, it's like, okay, you're the youngest champion now. People have a target on your back. Now you got to go work at nice restaurants, and you're going to have people looking down on you because they're, oh, this kid won a championship, but that wasn't him. That was just luck. So there's that pressure of being able to work with people that are going to look down on you, work with people that are going to doubt your credibility, and having that pressure of the title of World Food Championship at the age of 19. It definitely changes a lot of the aspects from a learning thing too, because in culinary school, for our final exam, for instance, when I turned in my dish, I was like, chef, can you give me all of the harshest critiques? It's like, I would love to know how I can do better. And his response was, it's an honor to taste your food. I have nothing to say, which at the end of the day, I'm like, I know there's something I could have done better. So it definitely changes a lot of aspects from a learning and a working aspect after that championship.
So what's something about success that surprised you, especially achieving it so young?
With that, it's definitely interesting to see how many doors it opens, and doors that I never knew even existed. I thought the only way to get successful in this industry is, okay, you work your way up. You start off at the very bottom, you go to sous chef, eventually you get to that exec chef position after 10 to 15 years of putting in the work. Well, there's other outlets to do that. Nowadays, you can have social media. You blow up your following there. There's cooking competitions, there's TV shows. You can still do the restaurant outlet. But now that the world is changing in a way to where they offer you all these different outlets, you're able to almost do whatever you like, as long as you find a good thing that works. You're willing to put in the work for it and really trust that it's all going to be good in the end of the day.
So is there a version of yourself you've had to let go as you've grown?
Back then, I used to really love playing video games. Like I used to play with my friends all the time, and that was kind of my big personality, especially being in architecture. I'm on the computer all the time. I had to do a complete 180. No more video games, no more sitting at a desk and doing that part of stuff. And honestly, I did lose a lot of my friends because that's kind of how I had built myself up. So I had to basically restart, find people in some form of hospitality industry because they're going to be the ones that understand your hours, your work ethic, all of these things, because not a lot of people outside of the industry understand that. So I had to let go of all my friends, my hobbies, picked up a lot more physical activities like going to the gym or like trying to rock climb or different things that are going to help me in the kitchen as well. So complete 180 shift from what I was doing before.
Do you feel like you kind of lost your youth a little bit, or you had to grow up too fast?
A little bit. Being thrown into that competition and having that pressure, it definitely made me grow up a lot quicker. I no longer had this leisure of going slowly through culinary school, going slowly through restaurants and just taking my time. Now it's, okay, you're on a world stage. You need to start performing like a world champion. You need to know all these things right away. And so it definitely pushed me to learn all of these things at a much quicker rate than I would have normally.
So let's look forward a little bit and backwards. I'll start off with looking back. What did 18-year-old Preston get right? And what did he underestimate?
Thing I got right back then was trusting my family. Me being very new to this industry, I didn't have a clue as to what was going on. Honestly, when my dad was like, hey, we're going to sign up for this competition, I was like, I don't want to sign up for a competition. I don't know how to cook that well. Like these are executive chefs. I'm going to get murdered. So definitely at the end of the day, trusting my parents, their wisdom, their experience was definitely the best thing I had going for me. And the thing that I could have done better is understanding the plan. As much as I wanted to take things at my own pace, I was pretty resistant at times where it's like, well, maybe I don't want to completely dive into this culinary thing. Maybe I just take it slow. But looking back, I mean, there's opportunities I probably missed out on because I didn't want to fully commit right away. And I mean, it was scary for me. Like I was still relatively new to this industry. I didn't know if this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life yet. I was like, well, maybe I do still try to do real estate or something like that. So it kind of goes hand in hand. It's like, yes, I'm glad that I ended up trusting them, but I could have trusted them more, if that makes sense.
It does. So what does success mean to you now beyond trophies and TV?
I think success for me now is basically sticking to the core principles that have made me who I am, which is my faith in God, my faith in my family as well, and overall the food that and hospitality that we give out to people. So success to me would be able to execute those three things of my faith, family, and food, and open up some form of concept where I can build a community. I can have my parents and my siblings alongside me in this endeavor. I love working with my family. Like that's something that a lot of people tell me that I'm lucky for, is having such supportive and not only supportive, but talented family as well. I mean, every single one of my family members is a world champion in their own regards. And so success is being able to show the community our service, our love, and our faith in God, being able to work alongside my parents. And at the end of the day, as a chef, I need to be able to create the kinds of foods that I want and the foods that I know is going to be making people happy and giving them that hospitality experience that they're wanting.
Wow. I love that, Preston. I love that there are people like you out there that value those things. I value those things too. And just to have your platform and to have your influence, it's incredible. It makes me really happy that's what you value. And especially at such a young age to realize the importance of all of that. And yeah, just to share your faith and just into this industry that's really tough.
It is. It's very tough for sure. I've had many people that I've worked with. They're like, oh, like it's okay to swear, or it's okay to smoke with us, or it's okay. And those things just don't align with my faith. And it's been hard because it alienates you. Like people don't want to go out drinking with you, or they don't want to go out smoking. They just don't want to include you in their circles because they think that I'm judging them. But it's like, I'm not. I'm here for the things that I believe. I'm going to uphold what I believe, and that's defining my character.
I really hope that my boys, I have 12-year-old twins, and I hope that these are the things that are instilled to them. I don't know if they'll be in this industry or not, but wherever they go, I hope that they say the same types of things, because your parents did a really, really good job.
They did. Absolutely.
So instilling those values for you. So what chapter of your journey do you feel like you're just beginning? What's next?
Ah, man, I feel like this is where it's funny because in my generation, people say, oh, you're an adult, but are you an adult or are you an adult plus? Because people say, oh, when you turn 18, you're an adult. But in reality, we don't know anything. There's so much about this world that we still don't know. There's so many life experiences we don't know. And so I feel like I'm finally, now that I'm 23, I'm transitioning from that college age individual where I'm getting to explore and go do all the learning I want to do, to now it's like I need to focus in on the business aspect of it. I need to start building my brand to where this is going to be my lifelong career. Like I really need to start focusing on the things that are going to keep me here in this industry.
Man, you're so old. 23.
Yeah. Well, I'm an old man at heart. So
yeah, your mom was just saying that. So no, that's great. So, and you're about, 25, people usually hit a little quarter life crisis. You're probably just a little ahead of the curve on that
just
one.
A little bit. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Well, again, I've just really, really enjoyed getting to know you better. And I know our audience, whether you're in the industry or not, it, should definitely listen to part 1. And then also look at your social media, follow him, see what he's doing. I mean, I want to live vicariously through you, Preston.
Well, follow along. Our social media is The Culinary Code, and we're about to start launching our family brand as well. So you'll be able to follow my family along. All 5 of us are talented in our own regards, and so follow along.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast, guys. So stay tuned for that. But I can't let you leave. I know you confessed on the last one, but we got to get another confession from you.
Of course. So this is the very first year where I switched to professional cooking. Late at night, I was making a dish and I was distracted on the phone. I was like, okay, I was talking, whatever. And my knife had slipped. And much to my mom's anger, I had actually lopped off a good portion of my thumb clean off. And my mom was furious at me. She's like, I brought you into this world with all 10 fingers. You better grow that finger back. Like, I am not letting my baby not have all 10 fingers. Thankfully enough, 5 years later, my thumb actually did grow back.
Okay, how far?
I mean, you can barely tell.
You can't tell.
I don't know, but literally you cannot tell. But
no.
There was a good, half of my nail was clean off. And it was so deep into the thumb to where I could see my bone. And the doctor's like, yeah, this is not going to grow back. You're going to look like this for the rest of your life. And it grew back. I mean, thankfully, through God's healing and me just making sure that it's taken care of, it grew back. And I think that was a reality check for me, that this industry that I am changing into, going from architecture to the hospitality, it can be a dangerous industry. I mean, you're going to get burned, you're going to get cut, you're going to get injured in this line. And so I feel like that was kind of a reality check for me, that it's like, hey, you need to make sure this is the kind of career you're wanting to get into.
I've seen, and I'm just on the sales side, but I saw one time this guy do this blender demo and he lost his finger. I was just like, oh my gosh. So, it's no play. That's why we, have all the protective apparel and things like that.
Yep.
So, but I'm glad you fought for your mom, and the fear of your mom probably got that help.
Oh, absolutely.
Help with that.
Every kid that's grown up with a Latina mother, do not make mom angry. You will get a chancla to the back of the head if you do.
Well, you have really good parents, and I'm just really thrilled to have you on, and hopefully we'll get to meet your whole family.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining.
For more inspiration, follow our social media at W3 Sales. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You know, all the things. We would love to connect with you.